up here. This is from Trans on Reddit. As I just told my wife I'm male to female trans. She's bawling. I've destroyed her. I hate myself so much right now. This is unbearable. Now, here's where this gets unpredictable. You wouldn't believe this next part that I'm about to read about this guy. I'm 44 and unemployed. No one ever would have bought that part unless I told them. I know some of you are probably still struggling to come to terms with that. So I have 3 kids, and I've just dropped the bomb on my life. Oh, Christ, what have I done? This is unbearable. By the way, unbearable is spelled wrong. She stopped. Edit number 1, she stopped crying and is now livid with me, which is understandable, and wants me to move out of our house ASAP. We bought the house together and are still paying the mortgage. She can't kick me out in the state of Nevada, but this hurts beyond words. I fear for my kids being left alone with her in her enraged state. Don't you love how they always find a way to play the victim and make the other people the bad guy? I'm worried for my kids for being left. What is your wife supposed to be like right now? I love the gaslighting never stops with these people. What is she supposed to, like, get up and chest bump you? High five the kids? No, I'll tell you what, I don't care how upset your wife is. She should be upset. That's a normal human reaction. She's, at best case scenario, she's not a lesbian. She didn't marry a woman. She certainly didn't marry a grown man who thinks he is a woman. Your wife has every right to be upset, and the children are 100% better off with your wife than they are with you. And that's rare coming from me, because we all know how I feel about single moms. Mia, what do you think would be do you think she's right to be enraged here? Or do you think we should be worried about the kids in the enraged state?
I think she has a right to be enraged.
Yeah. I mean, okay, how about this? What would fuck you up mentally more? Finding out your spouse had been having a long time affair, or finding out your spouse now wanted to live as a woman?
Easily finding out they want to live as a woman.
Okay, so I figured out which order I was going to break these two things to you. No, I mean, listen, here's the thing, guys. If you are a man sitting here listening to this show and you feel for some reason something's off in your brain, some chemicals are misfiring in your brain, and you want to live as a woman, and you're married, God forbid you have kids, guess what, sweetheart? You get to bury that shit into the pit of your soul for the rest of your life. Because you're no longer just living for yourself. That ship has sailed. You should have done that before you brought other unwilling parties into the equation. Now that you've got a wife and kids that depend on you, you better buck up and deal with it. Go see a therapist, whatever it is you got to do. You don't get to live as a woman now. You lost that. Should we call it a privilege? It really is a privilege, because in other countries, you don't get to do this crap. You lost that privilege when you decided to get married and have children. Now you get to deal with it. Just how it works. It's selfish to do anything else. And you don't get to be selfish when there are other people counting on you. By the way, are we surprised this guy's unemployed? So he's so here's what's going on. Here's how I imagine this marriage dynamic goes, okay? Wife goes off to work, kids go off to school. This guy sits there on Reddit in his wife's underwear, gooning all over himself, pretending he's a woman during the day. Do we have any doubt that that's how that marriage dynamic goes? Do you anything you'd like to add? Do you think there's anything else we're missing there?
No. I think if he has the whole day to himself, just walk around the house like a woman and leave it at that.
Or get a job.
Maybe he's a stay-at-home dad.
Stay at home. Oh, God. Could you imagine that freak show being at home alone with the kids all day? Listen, again, you're not going to find a show on the air that's more openly anti-single mom than this one. But, oh, my God, you found a way to make me say, hey, those kids are going to be better off with the single mom than with you in the picture at this point. Better off. That's just the audacity of people. That's worse than cheating, in my opinion. Or it's a tie. They're both deceptive. They're both selfish. They're both dishonest. But something about that, like, it brings another L. Like, everyone's considered the possibility that at some point in their life they could be cheated on, right? That's all that's crossed everyone's mind if it hasn't actually happened to them. That doesn't cross somebody's mind that could happen to them. You just brought on a whole new thing of trust issues with that person by doing that to her, and you should be ashamed of yourself for it. Do you think the guy that wrote that listens to the show?
100%.
Big fan.
He's your biggest fan.
Big fan. Yeah, maybe we'll get through to him. Something tells me we don't have a lot of married men on the show that like to sit around and goon in their wives' underwear all day, though. I sincerely hope that that's not a significant portion or any portion of our listener base. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.